What is going on, everyone? I try and not look at these things. I swear to you. I try and not look into this Bryce Harper stuff until I see a deal in place. Then I see him tweet at Rhys Hoskins' Instagram page, which is, I know, kind of funny and loser-ish to look at and think that it really means anything. And then we get the news today. That Bryce Harper is rounding third base and heading home with the Phillies. And there's a lot of people out there where you look at it, you laugh, you say, okay, really? Like, I'm not buying that. What kind of source are you? Then there are some sources that play and had a big role in MLB franchises. And now they're analysts. And now people respect their opinions more than others. And all I'm saying is Jim Bowden comes out with a pretty serious statement. Now, it's not confirming anything 100%, but it is a legit source who has legit MLB ties. And he's coming out with a legit statement on why the Phillies seem to be the real deal for landing Bryce Harper. We will play the audio. But, I mean, it comes down to something very simple. The long term. And it looks like there's other teams out there not really giving Bryce Harper the full-on long-term contract that Scott Boras is really holding out for. That's the thing. You have teams like San Fran who are looking to go out and try and grab him short-term and trying to give him something where he's happy for the money, and then he can hit free agency again to try and max out once again. But the way Scott Boras seems to be attacking this bad boy is he wants the long term. And the Phillies seem to be the only club in reality to give him exactly what he's looking for. So let's take a listen here to what Jim Bowden says about Bryce Harper coming to Philadelphia.
Or perhaps the Nationals, but I keep hearing there's a lot of momentum and traction here on him going and signing with the Philadelphia Phillies, and he could be rounding third and heading to home shortly. I'm hearing they're pretty well down the process here. Now, I tried to reach out to Scott Boras of Boras Corporation. I tried to reach out to GM Matt Klentek of the Phillies this morning. I have not been able to get in touch with either one of them, but I keep hearing there could be momentum there in Philly. And I think Harper's ready to go. I don't think he's going to sign a short-term deal. That's what the San Francisco Giants offered him. There were many other teams, including the Dodgers, that also did the same thing, offered a short-term deal. Every indication I get is that he's going to get at least 10 years, and he's going to get more than $300 million. That has not changed, and nor have my two favorite places for him. Philadelphia, 1 clearly, and a distant 2, Washington. That's where I have him right now.
Giants are the betting favorite.
Okay, now listen. You hear the Nationals' name keeps coming up. Does it scare me? There's a little bit of concern. We understand how much emotional ties he has to that city. He cried understanding that it was potentially the last game. But you hear that there is a big difference. You hear that there is the Phillies at the top, and then there's distance. There's distance to the next squad that has an opportunity. Now, people are skeptical that 10 years, 300-some mil, he's not worth it. Look at his batting average. There's so much more than that. And, you know, if/when he does sign, we will break it all down on how beneficial he really is to the squad. But he's a locker room guy. He changes the attitude. He changes the culture automatically with just bringing him in to the locker room. But when it comes to the 10 years, people want to argue they never work out. Sure, they didn't work out when the guys who signed these contracts are over 30 years old. When you look at the history of when some of these guys, Pujols, Cano, 30 plus in age. These guys are 26. It's long, I get that. But you're talking about their legit primes. Talk about the other players, you're more along the lines of backstretch of their careers. We're in the middle. We're in the juiciness. I'm on board. I'm on board. This changes everything completely. The $300 million. There's no salary cap in this damn sport. It doesn't really matter. Don't get so emotionally tied to something like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not my money. There's no salary cap. It shouldn't matter how much money you're really spending on these type of players because it won't affect the rest. Don't give me Mike Trout. We need to go after Mike Trout. What are we doing? I hate that. I hate that. I'm done waiting for future free agents. And my other argument to that is, listen, you don't think the Phillies understand the ties between Mike Trout and Philadelphia? Of course they do. You don't think that there's people who work in upper management who deal with the money aspect of this team every day, and you don't think that they know how much they can spend now so they will have enough availability for someone like Mike Trout? You don't think they think of this stuff? They're not just year to year like, oh, let's just worry about Harper. Screw every other year in the upcoming seasons. No, they map it out. They plan it out. They figure it out. They know what they can spend now. And they know what they will have available in the future. Whether we get Mike Trout or not. I mean, everyone thinks he's automatically coming here because he's a native of Millville, New Jersey here. But there are so many other options that can happen from them. Nothing means that he's... nothing says he's definitely coming here. And let's wait because Mike Trout is definitely 100% coming here. No. I'm done with that garbage. It's time to go now. And this gives me a little bit more hope than I've ever had. And I hate thinking about it. I really do. Because I keep telling myself, mid-March, bro. It's late March even. Who knows? It's not going to happen anytime soon. And then I see a little comment on Rhys Hoskins' thing. And I don't think Bryce Harper would troll like that. I really don't. I think he knows that it would get blown out of proportion with him commenting on that pick. I think he's boys with Rhys Hoskins. I think he's leaning towards the Phillies, and that's exactly why he would comment on a picture like that. And then you hear the news from Jim Bowden, and you know, this is a legitimate source, and he knows a lot of people around the league, and you're rounding third? Rounding third going home? This isn't just a report that, the Phillies hit a single today. No. We're on our way home. I think Bryce wants to attack spring training. I think some of these players want to go out and start this thing. They want the process to be over. I hate, process makes me think Sixers related, but they want this to be done. Bryce Harper wants this to be over. He wants to focus on the season, and he even mentioned this has been long. This has been a long summer. He's ready to go. I think mentally and physically, he wants to go to the ballpark. He wants to go out to spring training. He wants to get into the mindset on the season is here. Let's get this crap over with. Let's make it happen. And by the sounds of it, Philadelphia seems to be the team that is giving him and Scott Boras exactly, well, maybe not exactly what they want, but it seems to be the team that is willing to be the closest to what he wants. Because I don't know if the market is as crazy as maybe him and Machado thought originally going into this, if we were going to get close to 400 and all that. To be honest, I was shocked when I heard 10 years 300 still, because I thought maybe he was getting offered less than 300, and that's why the waiting game was happening forever. But regardless of what it is, if it's in that ballpark, by all means, I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be done. I keep telling myself I'm done. I'm over it. It's just ridiculous. I can't pay attention anymore. And then reports come out like this, and it stirs the pot for me. I get way too interested. I start Googling things, and I get way too involved with it because I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped because it does seem like the Phillies actually have a really, 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 really good chance of signing Bryce Harper, and that is just... Whew, I'm already pumped. I already said it. I'm already pumped, and I never thought I would. Without a star like this, to add it would just put me over the edge and put this fan base over the edge, and Citizens Bank Park is going to be filled once again. It's just going to make this city amazing. Red October, potentially, and the city's just going to be on a crazy buzz with the Phillies, and we haven't had that in forever. So, moral of the story, I'm getting sucked back into Bryce Harper news, but this report honestly gives you that opportunity to, because it's a legit source, and it's someone who seriously understands what's going on, and they're saying that the Phillies are rounding third base and heading home. That is so nice to hear, but who knows, because Scott Boras can still find a way to grind it out until mid-March, late March, just like he probably planned on doing before this report, and it's just crazy. But let me know what you think down below. Does this excite you? Do you take any value in it? Do you take any value in the Rhys Hoskins comment on Instagram? Bryce Harper commented on Rhys Hoskins' picture in Clearwater. Does that move the needle for you in any way? Do you think he's just trolling, or do you see it like me? If he's doing it for a reason, knowing that the baseball fans are going crazy about it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. It seems promising. I'm pretty hype about it, to be honest with you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.